Hi guys, this is Poet Spice, and I'm here to do part 2 of my jewelry box page from Hanna Karlzon. And here you can see my lovely green lady. And I had put up a poll where we were going to pick a book and a medium. And so people said alcohol markers, so I am going to go ahead and show you my part 2. I was trying to figure out what colors that I wanted to use, and I was going to go with like a peachy orange kind of color for her hair, but then I decided that I didn't like the combinations that I was coming up with when I do like a little swatch. So when I actually color, and I didn't show this, so maybe I should show it another time. But when I decide what colors I'm going to do, I don't do it right on the page. I take a scrap piece of paper and I kind of do some little swatches to see like what colors I like together and go from there. So I have all my markers swatched and all my color pencils. It's so funny because when I watch JoJo, that's my girl JoJo Hanna. So hey girl, if you're watching, it just it amazes me like the different things that people do, because I would be totally like pulling my hair out if I did not swatch my markers and my color pencils. And she cracks me up because she's like, I don't swatch anything, I just go for it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could not do that, which is so funny because in other ways I'm just kind of like, yeah, let's just wing it and see what happens, yada yada. But I'm more like, wing it, let's see what happens with the medium, versus like, I don't know what this color is, but I'm just gonna slap it on. So JoJo kills me, y'all. And it's so funny because her stuff comes out so cute when she does it. And I'm like, oh, wow. If I did that, it would look like total crap. So I don't necessarily sit there and plan all my colors out. I just go with whatever. So in this case, you saw it, the first one, I decided I was going to do her face and skin first. So I'm like, green. And I did all the green. And then now I'm going to do her hair. So I'm going to do all the purple. And then when I do her clothes, I'll end up doing whatever colors those are. So I don't necessarily plan out my color palette. I know there's some people who do, and they're like, I'm going to use all these different colors for this, 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 and this, and this. And that's why I say it's so interesting when you look at people's processes and how people's brains work and how they're different, because I cannot sit there and plan out all my colors. But at the same time, I could not just sit there and be like, I don't know what this color looks like on a piece of paper, but I'm going to use it. So every time I watch JoJo, I'm like, wow, she's really brave. Because me, I would be like, we have to see what this is. Especially when it comes to the price of the book. Now, if it's just like, what's her name? I forget. You know, the one who does the 50 miniatures. I mean, that book is like, what, $6 for 50 pages? You can go buy that again no matter what. That's cheap. But these Hanna Karlzon books, they're not overly expensive, but they're not cheap either. $15 or $20, depending on where you got it. So, yeah, I have that in my head, too. It's like, yeah. So funny. But anyway, I'm rambling. But isn't that what we come here for? Color and ramble. Color and ramble. Ramble and color. Color and ramble. I also break out into song randomly. So, yeah. It was so funny. I had somebody comment. I've had a couple comments every now and then over the couple of years. They're like, da-da-da, we don't need to sing it. And I'm like, well, don't watch my video then. It's so funny that people just think that they can say whatever they want to because it's the internet and it's quote unquote faceless. And I'm like, first of all, here we go back to grown folks talk, right? First of all, nobody forces you to watch anybody's videos. So if you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. Nobody's sitting there saying, oh, you have to watch so-and-so's videos every time they come on and you have to like everything. And it's like, okay, so whatever, and they think they just can be nasty for no reason. And it's like one thing if you're watching the video and the person in the video is like personally attacking you as the person watching the video. But it's like, come on now. Really? If you don't like something, don't watch it. It was like funny because I had another comment in a tutorial video and they were like, oh, it took 6 minutes to get into the tutorial. Well, yes, it did. If you didn't want to watch it after 2 minutes, why were you still watching it? I just can't be dealing with people. Because I'm like, what? Seriously? If you don't like something, turn it off. You know, just turn it off. Especially if it's not like socially and, you know, what do I say? Especially if it's not something that's like socially and earth shattering, you know what I'm talking about? We're coloring, or on my crafting channel, we're crafting. If you don't want to see that person, if you don't like crinkling when somebody opens a package, then why are you watching haul videos? You know what I'm saying? People went shopping. Items are usually in a package. You're going to see glare and you're going to hear crinkling. That's just given. So why are you watching haul videos if you don't like those noises? It's just crazy. But anyway, see, y'all got me on this tangent. You got me over here ranting on a tangent. Ugh. Ranting on a tangent. Anyway, so now I've moved into my skin color. I'll move it to the second color. And I want it slightly lighter, and because I want to try to kind of like move that and have some brightness. Now, you'll also notice that I'm not doing each one of these strands of hair that she's drawn out like flick, 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 come in and come in. It's like you don't have to color like that. If you want to, you can, but just remember there's all kinds of ways that you can color. So if you don't want to color like X, Y, and Z, you don't have to. It's your coloring book. So what I want to do is color this in, and I'm going from dark to light. I think I said that before, and it's kind of obvious now, but I'm going from dark to light, whereas in the skin, I did it the other way around. I went light to dark. So you can see in one picture that you can do it either way. And so I don't necessarily want each strand, and you know how it looks like, oh, each strand of hair is highlighted and with multiple flicking pieces and whatever. I'm not really going for quote unquote as realistic like that. I'm just going for what I like. And at this point, that's what I like. And basically, for the most part, the light source is just like from the front. I'm not really doing a side or whatever. Now, I didn't know, you'll also notice I didn't do all of the hair because I did not want all of that dark purple to dry completely before I got in the next lighter color. And because that's a lot of space, I kind of have to do it in pieces. Well, I want to do it in pieces rather than letting that dark line, because it's easier to get out a light line, but it's harder to get out that dark one. And then this is that really deep kind of purple. At least it's showing up darker than it actually is in person. But since it is so dark, if that line dries, it's going to be a lot harder to get it out and smooth it out a little bit. So I didn't do all of the hair because I want to be able to go back and work out that line a little bit. So anyway, I'll just be going on a tangent, don't I? La, 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 la. Okay, so I'm actually filming this on Friday the 18th because, well, I actually filmed it the night before, but I'm doing the voiceover on the 18th because we had a snow day, which means I didn't have to go to work today. And I'm like, yes, snow day. Snow day, because I'm like, I need a break. I'm tired. My brain is going off. I need some isolation time. You know how you give your well, I would not give children a timeout if I was raising children. I'd be like, I said sit down, that's what I mean. But yeah, so you know how you need like the decompression, I'm tired, let's sit down and be quiet. I was like, I need one of those days. So I was very happy today when they called and said, you are closed. Yes. Because I definitely needed a day. And the good part about it is we have Monday off because it's President's Day. So 4-day weekend. What? Makes me happy, makes me happy, makes me happy. Cause I needed some downtime. I needed to be free. My mind was going crazy, 'cause I got too much to do. Oh, I got too much to do. I needed a downtime. Oh, yes, I needed some downtime. Oh, I needed some downtime. So thank you, God. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, God. Hey, 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 woo, woo. All right, there you go. You got some singing and some color. Not singing, singing. Ah. All right, children. There you go. Yes, I was tired. So tired. Man, I don't understand. So much to do. Stress. Always stress, stress, stress. All right, so here I'm using, and I'm doing the third color, which is a lighter color. And I actually had a color that was before this that I wanted to use, but when I started using it, it wasn't actually the amount of contrast that well, not necessarily contrast, but it wasn't giving me enough of the next color. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and use this lighter color and go over all of it. So you'll notice I'm going over all of the pieces I did before, as well as the colors, that the space that I left undone. So now that that's done, then I need to go and do the other parts of the hair. She's looking so cute. I love it. Now, the other thing I'm trying to decide while I'm working on this is what am I going to do with the leaves? Because I still want them to be bright, but they need some shading. Yeah, I can't just leave them solid like that. I can't do it. So they need some kind of shading. So I'm going to have to decide what green I want to use. Or I might just go ahead and use a gray. I might use a green gray. So let's talk about your grays as far as markers go. And it works the same way with color pencil, but I use marker more. So we're going to talk about it with markers. You have a lot of times you have cool gray and you have warm gray. And then sometimes in some sets, you'll have like a blue gray, maybe like a green gray or a yellow gray or a red gray. And like in the Ohuhu pastel set, you get some of those red grays, warm grays. And if you want to, like, say these flowers, so not the flowers, but the greenery, the leaves, I colored them in one color, that really light color green. And I don't want to go too dark because then they won't stand out against her face, right? But if you take one of those grays, and depending, like if you have a blue color, you could put it in, it'll get a more of a blue tint and so forth. But there's different levels of gray, and you can go use those as well to put in color. So I could take a green gray, and so that it still keeps a hint of green in the gray, and I could use that to go around and shade versus getting a darker, just straight green. And then if I wanted it even darker, I can go and get a darker green gray or just a darker gray. And then the fun thing about alcohol markers, which is also a little bit different than color pencils, is that alcohol markers are transparent. So I could put that green gray on top of the green that's already on my page, and then go back and put the green on top of that, and you would be able to see those layers of the gray come through as well. So fabulous. Now I'm pretty sure like watercolors probably work like that, would be closest, I would think. And you definitely can still do the same thing with color pencils as far as layering them up. But it's definitely easier to do with markers and at least see it. At least in my opinion, because everybody's different. If you're not used to markers, you're not going to think so, but it is what it is. That's why we all have what we like. One person likes this more, one person likes that more. It's just fabulous. So So as you can see here, I am once again going with the dark, then I'll go with the medium, and then I'll go with the lighter color over the whole thing. And by going over the colors, it helps get that line out. Plus, it changes the tint a little bit. So I don't know if you can really tell from when it was started as to when, you know, I went over it third time with that lighter color. That dark color even changes because you get a sheen or a layer of that lighter color. So it lightens it up a little bit. That's something else too with alcohol markers that I like. So I'm putting down this dark color. And say I did want to lighten the dark color in areas, I could use my alcohol blender, which I rarely use, but you could take a lighter color and use it, and it'll pick up some of that alcohol ink from the previous color and basically bleach it out. Which makes it lovely. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with her eyebrows because I don't know if I want them the same color as her hair, which you typically would do. I mean, you know, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. And if you're still watching, you can leave some comments below. So for example, what color would you like to see these flowers? I was thinking some maybe yellow. Then I make maybe a peachy color that I was going to put in the hair. I don't know. So I'm thinking yellowish, maybe peachish. I don't want to go blue. I know, shocker, right? But I'm thinking maybe yellow, maybe some kind of peachy colors. I don't want to do a lighter purple. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do pink. So, I'm not sure. Also, you can let me know if you would like to see me do a picture with crayons, like Crayola crayons, on camera. Because I'm trying to decide if I want to do that too. If I want to do like a Hanna Karlzon with color pens or crayons, or if I want to do maybe I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the paper that I liked with crayons because not everyone works. I did is it Apple or Apple? I did do a Forest Girl picture. So I could do that too. I could do a Forest Girl picture with crayons on camera. I don't know. Just let me in the comments below. Let me know what you would like to see. I know what I like to do, but not everybody may want to see that. Also, let me know if you would like to see how I would use a coloring page as well as die cuts and stickers to finish out what the page looks like. All right, so you can let me know that too, because that would be fun to do. Oh, I have my Stash Dive collab going on, and JoJo Zana, she is using part of a book that she's not coloring as other crafty things. So you might want to check out that, because that's another way to use your coloring pages and stuff too, if you're not going to actually color them, or if you've colored them and you want to do something with them besides leave them in a book. Another idea, I'm just sitting here rambling, right? Another idea is that you could scrapbook with them. So you could take your page out if you do scrapbooking, and you can like cut it up in pieces or whatever. Oh, puzzles. You can make a puzzle and send it to somebody. Like put it on a back. Like I could take this piece and put it on a backing page. And then you could cut out puzzle pieces and have somebody work on that as a puzzle. That would be so cool. And there's puzzle dies out there as well. Or you could just cut it. Or if you have a Cricut, you can make a, Cricut or a silhouette. I have both. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking around my craft room like, good Lord. I have way too much crap. Oh well. okie dokie, guys. I don't know how much more. There's not that much more of this video left. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop rattling so much and let you see the end of this process. And then I will probably have a part 3 coming out soon with me finishing up. Well, maybe not finishing up, but maybe doing the flowers and her shirt and so forth. I don't know what I'm going to do with the background either, but we shall see. And then I do know, because I finished this up, and I am going to end up going back and darkening areas of her hair. But all right, so thanks for watching, and just go ahead and finish watching this out and leave some nice comments, and I shall see you guys later.